Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Gemini, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you in your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your, before we get into your key to the week, if you haven't seen the Taurus solar eclipse video that I put out, please don't forget to watch it. The reason being, eclipses are not just events, they are processes that unpack over 3 to 6 months. So the energies, trends and themes that we'll have just experienced on the day are going to unfold or unpack over that time. So it's a really important video to watch. For also, if you haven't seen it, please don't forget to check out the midpoint magic and madness video. This is the one for me that is probably even more important than the 2 eclipse videos that I'm putting out. And the reason being, for the past probably 6 or 7 years, I've been really paying attention to the midpoint between eclipses, because that's when stuff tends to get a little bit weird, it tends to get a little bit wacky, and it can be really intense, right? We're in between eclipses, so this is kind of like portal energy, 1 foot in one world, 1 foot in the other. And as a Gemini, you're ambidextrous, so hey. And on the 8th, right, so as we get into the 8th of May, we are literally bang smack between eclipses. That's the true midpoint. So be sure to look out for that, and then obviously look out for the full moon lunar eclipse video in Scorpio. With that said, if you before we get into it, your moon card is your key to the week. So this week, I'm just going to say it, right? The moon card itself is a little bit nebulous. It's a little bit weird and wacky. It can sometimes see things being slightly distorted, and it can be where we're not quite seeing things as they actually are. It can also be a point at which the past in some way comes up to, not to haunt us, but this could, because the moon card can really highlight where our fears are. And so in relation to things that have already taken place or things that are unclear, right? This is that moment that you hear like some ferocious beast, and you see the shadow on the thing, and then a chihuahua comes around the corner. We've all had experiences like that at some point, right? Maybe not with a chihuahua, but you get my point. But yeah, this moon card, especially as you're in this midpoint magic and madness week, it could be a little bit intense, all right? And especially because the eclipse is for you, for those of you that are ascendant Geminis, to a lesser degree, but still relevant, sun and moon. These eclipses are happening in your 12th and 6th houses, which is a big deal, all right? So keep that in mind. That being said, for your, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your actions and options, you have the 10 of Swords. This is a big break with the past. For some of you, this could be at the end of a tradition this week. It could be where you are releasing an old idea or an outdated idea of some sort. For some of you, this could be a powerful cathartic moment of a big fear release. This could also be a moment at which where you realize where you've been getting in your own way, where you could have really been sort of doing a number on yourself, and you're kind of saying this week, you know what, I'm ready to stop fucking myself over, and I'm not allowing that to be the chink in my armor anymore. This is a really powerful moment for a lot of you. That 10 of Swords is going to see you breaking with something for good, especially with that moon card. Be sure, because like I said, there's that all that nebulous kind of energy with the moon card. Be sure that what you're breaking with, be sure that you're doing it consciously, and it's not just like a reaction. It's not just like a knee-jerk reaction, like, well, you know, I don't know, you ate the last scone, so I never want to see you again. Never darken my doorstep again. You know, just be conscious about it. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Hierophant card. This could be a week where some of your conversations take a very spiritual stance. This could be where some of you choose to find a spiritual mentor. This could be where some of you are releasing a religion, a spiritual path. For some of you, this could be moments at which you realize the knowledge or the information that you've gathered up until now has only been at a certain level and you want something deeper. For those of you, this could be as well for some of you, you're going into teaching. For those of you that are students, this is a time where you are looking for the deeper knowledge of the subject that you're studying. And it could be where some of you have maybe, it's like a self-admittance this week, where you're kind of looking at something and saying, yeah, I haven't gone in too deep with this because I'm afraid of what I'm going to find, possibly within myself. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this is a moment where things could get a little weird with the establishment that you work for. I would watch out for this. There might be telltale signs that the company's going under. There might be echoes in the corridors. Well, maybe corridors, not corridors. This could be like where there are like echoes of stuff taking place, and it's, you know, just moments of, okay, something is not quite right here. You're not paranoid, but you're also not totally clear on the details. This is a week to observe, not to do. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, I actually feel like this could be a moment where you're opening the doors in some way. This could be like where you're kind of saying, yes, you know what? I'm going to open up and I'm going to let people see what my process is, or I'm choosing. And so this could be, you know, where that whole idea of teaching or something like that comes in. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this could see you becoming, or certainly through conversation at least, or certainly through some sort of oral support, this could be where you are becoming the matriarch, patriarch, or thetriarch, however you identify. I love that phrase. I coined it myself. Yeah, where you're becoming the matriarch, patriarch, or thetriarch of your group. So this could be that you're elevating to elder status in some way. For your love and relations, you have the Strength card. All right, so because you've got this here with the Ten of Swords, for some of you this could be the end of a relationship, but it will be very final, and you'll know if I'm talking to you because you'll feel like it's already done, and at the moment it's just a case of going through the formalities, let's say. Now, that being said, this could also be that some of you are having a realization that you have been a bit of a problem within the relationship and that you're ready to mend it. This could be that you're ready to have that tough conversation with the partner to say something either needs to change or we're parting ways from here on in. It's a really powerful moment of honesty. For those of you that are single and looking, honestly, with a week like this, I think this is a week to close things down rather than open things up. If you have a crush on someone or you're attracted to someone, it might be a good time to reveal that. But because you've got the Moon card there, read the room. Is this the right moment? For your money and materials, you've got the Sun card. So, all right, look, you've got, I mean, these are pretty big cards, I have to say. I would say your money, your finances, this is where the good stuff is this week. Your finances are secure. They're even growing for some of you. And I kind of feel like this is one of those moments where when you take the energy out of other things and you focus it solely on 1, 2, or 3, just 3 things, those things amplify and they grow. And it's kind of like where all the unsurety has been, where that sort of, you know, because when we're not sure about ourselves, when we're not confident, when we second guess ourselves or we hide a part of ourselves and we don't use all of our full force, we're not at full strength. And so anything that we do is only ever going to give so-so results. This week, this could be a big expansion to your finances because it's like, no, now that I recognize that these are the issues, the problems, the thought thorns, all the stuff that's been holding me back, I'm going to squash that and therefore extract the juice from it or take the power back from it, everything else that is working suddenly gets a boost or grows. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, you'll be glad to know, because this eclipse axis for you, like I said, is 6th, 12th house stuff, which is physical body maintenance and spiritual maintenance. And this tells me that your physical health and vitality is getting a boost this week because you're releasing some of that internal clog and, you know, that stuff that's clogging up the gutters and the pipes, so to speak, for those. And then for your home and environment, I like this for home. I'm gonna say that I think it might be a little bit disruptive though. I don't know why, I just get that feeling, even though it's the Sun card, but it will be the right kind of disruptive, you know, so whatever that means. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.